So my name is Hakim S. Untud, a student from GHR State College, Matisan Miguel, Zamboanga del Sur, taking up with the Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Filipino. So my task for today is to discuss about the element of culture. So it is the discussion of the element of the culture is based from the three categories according to Crothew and Hoynes 2015. The culture on our heads, values, beliefs, knowledge, and norms, communicating culture, symbols and language, and reproducing culture, which is behavior and object objects. So element of culture. So, what is culture, by the way? So, culture refers to the cumulative deposit of knowledge, experience, belief, values, attitude, meanings, hierarchies, religion, notion of science, rules, spatial, relations, concept of the universe and material objects, and propositions and acquired by a group of people in the course of generations through individual and group striving. So, the first elements of culture is the values. So, by the way, what is values? Values are another important element of culture and involve judgment of what is good or bad, undesirable or undesirable. A culture's values shape its norms. So, values means ito yung pagpapahalaga. It is deeply held principles of standard that people use to make judgment about the words, especially in the deciding what is desirable or worthwhile. These are collective ideas about what is right or wrong, good or bad, and desirable or undesirable. So, this provides criteria by the people evaluate other people, objectives, and event. This define what is desirable and morally correct and influence people behavior and serve as criteria for evaluating the actions of others. For this example is the family orientation, close ties family and centeredness, core values of the Filipino. So beliefs are the tenets of conviction that people hold to be true. So belief it is in Tagalog ito yung paniniwala yung belief. So accordingly, beliefs share the idea held collectively by people within a given culture about what is true. These are conviction or opinions people can accept as true. Serves as basis for many norms and values in a given culture. Beliefs provide a meaning system around which culture is organized, encourage people to understand fundamental issues in the world, believe in the existence of God. The example of that is the belief in the existence of God. So every Filipino or every people has belief, especially for those Muslims, Christians, and Subanos. They have a belief, existence belief. So in us as a Muslim, we pray 5 times a day. Then we do have also our fasting, the Ramadan. So it is our culture, it is our beliefs. Next is knowledge. So, knowledge, the range of information, awareness, and understanding that helps us navigate our world. This allows every individual to to grasp and learn from the intercultural experiences and how these experiences be integrated into daily life. So in culture, guys, we can we have the knowledge of course in culture. So we have our different knowledge in specific cultures or different cultures we have, like for examples in in certain like We have knowledge about our cultures. We have a knowledge or idea to share to the other people. So that is the basic learning of computer system and psychological insight. That is the example of the knowledge. So next is norms. So norms are a fundamental concept in the social sciences. They are most commonly defined as rules or expectations that are socially enforced. So a set of established rules of behavior conduct, a cultural expectation for appropriate behavior, and it gives a specific behavior, acceptable expectation of given in a people situations. So the example of this is sharing a seat with an elderly pregnant woman. So the norms, the way you gave a value or whatever, whatever that is good or that is in an appropriate behavior of a person. So next is folkways. So type of folkways. Folkways mark the distinction between rude and polite behavior. So they exert a form of social pressures that encourages us to act and interact in a certain ways. However, they do not they do not have moral significance, and there are rarely serious consequences or sanctions for violating them. So general standards of behavior are adhered to be by a group, or informal norms or everybody customs may be violated without serious consequences with a particular culture. So it provides rules for conduct but are not considered to be very important to survival of the society. So the example of this is behaving in a crowded MRT, wearing appropriate clothes in an occasion. So that is type of waste. So next is Moors. So Moors, it is all about Moors are more strict than folkways as they determine what is considered moral and ethical behavior. They structures the difference between right and wrong. So the Moors also, it is a strict norms that control moral and ethical behavior. So considered to be highly essential to the stability of the society. The example of this is securing health permit before working in a fast food chain. So next is communicating cultures. So, in communicating cultures, guys, we have a two elements in communicating cultures, and this is the one is language. So, language, it is the what is it is the ability to communicate in a symbols in an abstract system of word meaning and symbols for all aspects of cultures, which includes speech, written characters, numerals, symbols, and nonverbal gestures and expression. Primary vehicle of cultural transmissions that embodies cultures and creates a framework of cultures. So the example of this, guys, is communicating with intercultural group. So the second is symbols. Symbols, guys, it is a gestures, the way you the way you the way you express your thought through gestures, through words, sounds, and objects. So reinforce the element of cultures. Its function, guys, is to reinforce the elements of cultures. And the example of this is like the university logos, the signage. So that is a community communicating cultures. So next is reproducing cultures. Reproducing cultures, guys, also have a two elements. The number one elements of reproducing cultures is behavior. Behavior means it is an action associated with group that help reproduce a distinct way of life. The function of it, guys, is distinguishes the unique culture or particular set of behavior of a group to another. So the example of this, guys, is respect for elders by saying po at opo. So the second is culture object. Culture objects as a basic element of material culture. These are physical items that are created by and associated with people who shares cultures. It provides tangible evidences on how culture is shared and transferred and through products of technology. The example of this, guys, is electronic devices, works of art, relics, and artifacts found in the National Museum. So that would be all, and thank you. So I hope that you have more, you gain more learning about my topic for today. And God bless and mabuhay.